Welcome to my channel, Personal Gov. I'm JP Watkins, and this is where you can get food for your mind and motivation for your soul. And today we're going to break down what is Personal Gov and why does it matter. So, on the outside looking in, people may be thinking, we always hear this dude talking about about focusing on what you can do. Sometimes you just can't do things. You know what? You're right. Sometimes life, circumstances, is bigger than us. If it's an earthquake, tsunami, it's bigger than us. There's nothing that we can do about that individually. The economy going to tank. Hey, I can't save the whole economy. People start getting laid off. Kaiser Permanente, they laying off thousands of people. Walmart, downsizing, laying off managers, whatever. That stuff's bigger than you as an individual. But what personal governance is seeing get in the driver's seat of your life. So what happens when you get in the car and you say, you know what, I'm about to go to work, I'm about to go to school, I'm about to go pick up my daughter. When you're in that driver's seat, you have pretty good control. You definitely have some control. I guess what happens, they're doing construction or something didn't happen, a bad accident, a pileup. Can't do nothing about that. You didn't know the pileup was coming. But now, let's roll that back a bit. Get stuck in traffic, running late to pick your child up from school. You call, hey, I'm running late, it's been a bad pileup, this and that. That happens. That's one of those situations where the circumstances was out of your control. Now, let's focus about personal governance and how it reflects on you in a day-to-day aspect. So say, for instance, you chronically run late. You know it take you 20 minutes to get to work, but you're leaving 15 minutes. So you get there 10, 15 minutes late every day. Now you stressing because you done got 3 write-ups. You got X amount of points. Boss done said, hey, if you don't get here on time, we're going to have to let you go. And now you tripping, and now you mad at the boss. Man, boss tripping, man. He can kiss he can suck this, he can do that, right? This is an example where personal governance come in. Because you know what time you got to be at work. So what can you do? Now you being overwhelmed by stress because, hey, your boss got a job to do. Got to make sure the people show up on time. Got to make sure that they perform and do their duties. Otherwise, he or she, they going to put themselves in the tank. And guess what? If they got to go for Team You or themselves, they going to win every time. Because they got a family to feed. Because they got children and a spouse or significant other. Excuse me. A spouse or significant other. They got themselves to think about. This is the example of personal governance come in. If you're running late every day, I just can't. Who can't help it? If you can't help it, who can't help it? You know what I gotta do? Yeah, okay, it's hard. And I tip my hat. I'm not knocking nobody because I know it's different. I know we all got different circumstances. My mom was a single mom. She had 7 kids. So I understand, hey, you got a lot of kids running around. It's hard to get up and do this and do that. I understand sometimes kids may be sick. Once again, there are going to be times where things are out of your control. Somebody got to get rushed to the ER. But on a day-to-day basis, if you know traffic is backed up, if you know things, if you know the weather is bad, look at your own situation. A lot of times, people can do better and they just won't. This is where personal governance comes in. You're sitting in a situation, had a situation, lady friend years ago was in an abusive situation. The guy was a provider, but he was also physically abusive. And she didn't want to leave because she didn't want to hurt her dad. Her dad was a minister. He didn't believe in divorce. So she wanted to tough it out. But they wasn't in love no more. And he was abusive. And she had 3 kids. And she said, I don't know what to do. I don't want to disappoint my dad. Don't want to disappoint my kids. What do I do? So I had a real frank conversation. I said, well, let me ask you this question. Is your dad, is he getting throat slammed? Is he getting body slammed? Is he getting thumped and stumped around the house? Is he stopping you from doing that? And you said your husband's a provider. Well, if what you're telling me is true, he's going to also provide an early grave. Is that provision worth your life and your limbs? And it's up to you. It's only you between. You the only thing for your 3 kids between them and the big bad world. So you got to decide. Are you going to make your dad happy? Are you going to worry about what your kids think about if you're not here to protect them? What happens? What can you do? Because it's up to you. You can continue sitting in that abusive situation. Yes, it's difficult. The first thing everybody say, y'all understand it ain't easy. It ain't easy, but it's possible. And sometimes it's necessary to get out that situation because your life depends on it. Needless to say, within about 4 or 5 weeks later, got a call from this young lady. She had got up, she had a minivan, moved out the state. I still stay in touch with this young lady today. She has since been married, started her own business. It was tough. She had 3 kids. It took courage to get out of that dangerous situation. She did what she had to do. Personal governance is about executing initiative. It's about making the hard decisions that's going to improve your life and improve your lot. It's about doing absolutely everything that you can. When you hit that point, hey, look, I done did all I can do. That's when it's important to change the way you feel about it. That's where your faith foundation come in. You know what? Lord, I done did all I can do. I don't know what else to do. That's where you have that faith. That's where you meditate, fast, prayer. A lot of times people don't want to hear this. And that's fine, because this ain't going to be for everybody. But you will hit that fork in the road sometimes where you just don't know what to do. But on a day-to-day basis, you should be getting better. When life is challenging you, how are you skilling up? How are you scaling up? How much time are you investing on being a better you? So if you run into that same problem a week from now, a month from now, are you going to be able to respond the same way? Are you scaling? Are you expanding the tools, your problem-solving tools in your tool set? Because if you don't improve your skills, whether that's communication skills, time management skills, stress management skills, conflict resolution skills, if you don't improve, you're going to run into that same wall time after time. Personal governance is about doing absolutely everything you can. Being in the driver's seat. So this way, when you say, hey, I'm about to go to Walmart, you're in the driver's seat. You have a better chance of getting to Walmart. You just hop in the car with somebody, and next thing you know, they say, hey, well, I got to go here. You say, man, but I got to get to Walmart. I got to get some milk and Pampers for the kids. And they stop it here, and they stop in there. And you're in the passenger seat. Now, I'm just using that as a symbol, because a lot of times this is what we do with our life. We root and hoot for everybody else. We root for our favorite team, baseball team, football team, basketball team. And then we start doing the same thing. We root for everybody else, but we don't root for ourselves. And if we do root for ourselves, we root for ourselves with our mouths, but not with our actions. So the first tenet of personal governance is being accountable for your actions and your attitude. The second tenet is making personal investment with your time and your dimes. Hey, if you ain't got no money and you broke, hey, spend some of that time. You ain't tired working, you ain't got no job, spend that time investing in you. Learn some skills. If you get what you're everybody ain't gonna be an academic. Everybody ain't gonna be a scholar. That's all right. but maybe you're good with your hands. Then learn how to be that diesel mechanic. Learn how to fix motorcycles. Go to barber school. Learn some kind of skill. You have a gift. Maybe you that killer chef in the kitchen. Maybe you're a good listener. It's something you can do. Landscaping is something. Skill up, scale up. Just don't sit there and stay there. If you can read and if you can understand this, if you're able to watch, listen to this and get something out of it, and you're reasonably intelligent and you're healthy, it's something you can do. Now I understand it's going to be circumstances. It's people out there fighting for their lives. It's people out there in circumstances that's bigger than themselves. And that's the other component of personal governance. We do absolutely everything that we can so that we can use our gifts to uplift our loved ones, those around us. But if we drowning, if you drowning, how you going to save somebody else from drowning? If you struggling, how you going to save somebody else from struggling? If you struggling emotionally, mentally, if you stressed out, burnt out, turned out, tapped out, how can you be good to somebody else? How can you be good to your kids? How can you be good for your mate? Personal governance lets you know that you have some power. If you can make a choice, if you can decide, you know what, I'm going to get up. I'm 440 pounds. My blood pressure's sky high. I'm going to get up and start walking 2-3 minutes a day. I'm going to start changing my diet. I'm going to start, if I eat the whole 3 rolls of Oreos, I'm going to break it down. I'm going to start breaking it down to 2 rolls, then get down to 1 roll, then get down eventually down to no Oreos. You got to start somewhere. These are the kind of things, this is what personal governance is about. It's about you taking control of your life and realizing that you have some power. The biggest mistake that many of us make is thinking that we don't have no power. And if you don't think you got no power, then you won't act on it. So that's my time for the day. I'm going to wrap this up. If you've enjoyed it, please take the time, share it, subscribe, share. We want to get the message out. Like I said, this is food for your mind, motivation for your soul. In the meantime, persist, believe, and achieve.